Okay, now we are on live. Today, what we are going to talk about is the episode 5, Laws of Accountabilities. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Henry's Laws of Leaders, where we can uncover the timeless principle that define great leadership. I'm your host, Dr. Ken, and it's the honor to guide you through these insightful discussions. Joining me once again are two distinguished guests. First, we have the president of the IMU University, Dr. Marcus. Always pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Dr. Ken. It is wonderful to be here.
And of course, we are joined by Professor Zura, an acclaimed researcher whose study on leadership provide invaluable depth to our conversation. Professor Zura, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Ken. I'm looking forward to today's discussion. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm also really excited to start this topic. Today we are diving into the 5 laws of the leaderships, the laws of accountabilities.
Yeah.
Leaders own their actions and result. This principle is pivotal, yet often underestimated. So without further ado, let's get started. So as usual, let's start with the segment 1, the understanding the accountability in leadership. Dr. Marcus, let's start with you. How would you define accountability in leadership?
Okay. Let's say the accountability is willingness to take a full responsibility for one's action, decisions, and outcomes. It is not just about admitting mistake. It's also about celebrating success and ensure you are delivering on the commitment. Leaders who embrace accountability set a powerful example for their team.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, Professor Zura, what does research say about the roles of accountabilities in leadership success?
Studies consistently show that accountability correlates strongly with trust and performance. A fascinating fact in there is that the organizations with high accountability cultures are 50% more likely to exceed their goals. And leaders who own their actions foster a sense of responsibility across their teams and driving better outcomes, obviously.
Yeah, that's remarkable. Accountability seems to ripple through the entire organization. Okay, so let's move into the segment 2. Real world example of the accountabilities. Let's bring this to life with some example. Dr. Marcus, can you share a leader who exemplifying accountability?
Yeah, certainly. One powerful example is CEO of General Motors, Mary. When General Motors faced a crisis with the faulty integration switch, she publicly accepted responsibility, launched a full investigation, and overall the company safety culture. Her actions demonstrate that accountability starts at the top.
Yeah,
that it is a General Motors.
sure.
Yeah.
And I'd love to add that another example is Jeff Bezos during Amazon's early days. He openly acknowledged operational failures and took responsibility for improving customer experience. This kind of the culture of ownership became a cornerstone of Amazon's success, what we see in today's world.
Okay, these are the powerful stories. Dr. Marcus, how does accountability help leaders navigate challenges?
Okay. The accountability builds trust and credibility. When the leaders own their actions, even in failure, they show integrity and resilience. This trust become invaluable during crisis as it keep team united and focused on the solutions. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to agree. It's absolutely right. Accountability also inspires innovation. When leaders create an environment where mistakes are owned and also learned from it, it fosters creativity and problem solving as well.
Okay, that's great. So let's move to the next segment, segment 3. Let me share some of my insight as well. So as your host, let me share some of the thought. Accountability is deeply personal. I remember a time early in my careers when I misled a project deadline. Rather than defeated blames, I own my mistake. I apologize to my teams and work overtime to make things right. That experience taught me the power of accountability in rebuilding trust. Yeah, that's kind of thing that I've been trying. So, okay, this experience taught me the power of accountability. So, that demonstrate the commitment of what I have been doing in my projects. Dr. Marcus,
Yeah.
have you had a moment where accountability shaped your leadership?
Dr. Ken, during the early years of IMU, my business, I made a strategy decisions that don't yield the expected result. It's took full responsibility, share the lesson with my team, and adjust our strategies. It was humbling experience, but it is strengthen our organizational culture.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing. Also, the Professor Zura, what about you? So any personal insight on accountability?
Well, one instance that stands out is during a major research project. I overlooked a critical data point that delayed the publication. I immediately informed my team and sought their input on corrections. Taking accountability strengthened our collaboration and improved the final outcome.
Yeah. Oh, that's an insightful one. So let's move to the segment 4, the practical step to foster accountabilities. Let's make this actionable. How can aspiring leader develop accountability? Professor Zura.
Start by setting a clear expectations for yourself and for your team. When goals and responsibilities are well defined, accountability becomes easier to measure. Also, you need to track your progress and be transparent about setbacks. That's really important.
Yeah. I add that creating a culture of feedback, it is critical. Encouraging open communications, where the member can share constructive input without fear. Accountability flourish in an environment for the trust and transparency. Yeah.
And also there is another tip is to practice self-reflection. You need to regularly assess your decisions and their impact. And this helps you to stay aligned with your goals and their values, obviously.
Yeah, excellent advice. Leaders remember to celebrate accountability in others. Recognizing team member who take ownership reinforce their behavior as well. So, okay, that brings us to the end of the episode 5 of the 100 Laws of Leaders. Today, we explore the laws of accountability and learn how leaders who own their actions and result inspire trust, resilience, and growth. Marcus, Professor Zura, thank you for sharing experience and insight.
Thanks, Dr. Ken. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Ken.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, and to our viewers, thank you for tuning in. Remember, accountability isn't just a leadership trait. It's a life skill. Join us next time as we delve into the laws of focus. Until then, lead with accountability. Yeah. Have a nice day.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.